You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Polo and Tell, is that you?
Mic check. Mic check waifu. Montel, is that you?
What's up, bro? How we doing today?
Feeling good, doing better, bro. How you doing?
I'm good, you know. Ohio State doing good. Browns made it to the playoffs.
Very exciting day if you're an Ohio native. Welcome to episode 82 of Mic Check Waifu, brought to you by Lube Complex. Make sure y'all go to lubecomplex.com and use that offer code waifu to save on your entire cart. We appreciate you. Also brought to you by don'ttalkshop.com. Use the offer code waifu15. Bro, we got a lot to talk about today. But before we start talking about what we got to talk about today, let's talk about our Patreon producers. Shout out to Connor, explicitly, Monique Williams, and Treeses for being producers of the podcast, of many episodes of the podcast. We appreciate you. And then all of our other supporters, we appreciate you too as well. I mean, we've had supporters since like all the way goes back into October.
Was it August of the first year?
Yeah.
October?
Yeah, no, actually September.
Yeah.
So September was the earliest. We appreciate y'all all for supporting us so much. It means a lot. We are going to be dishing out some more content on our Patreon. Starting with a Let's Play. You guys are going to be the first to see a Let's Play between myself and Legal Overdose playing a game called A Way Out, which is it's just fucking hilarious. So be on the lookout for that, and then make sure you following us for those who are listening to the show. Following us on Twitter as well. We will appreciate that at Mic Check Waifu. Just one waifu. All right, Tel. And then subscribe to the YouTube too. The YouTube is obviously in the show notes as well, and that's where the video versions of the show are. They'll see a huge spike in like watches too, so we appreciate that. And we need to do a better job of just promoting all that stuff. Period.
100% true.
Yeah, that's the goal for this year. Speaking of this year, this is a new year now. We are actually in a new year.
It's a beautiful year.
I know already. I
already feel better. Feel like taking major strides.
The After Story podcast is back for real this time.
It's back.
So that's exciting. The After Story podcast is a Patreon exclusive podcast between me and Tel where we talk about life. And then future, content, early looks at that, behind the scenes, basically.
Speaking of, right?
What's up?
What do you think about? So what we got? 3 tiers?
4.
4 tiers. What if we make, and I guess we could talk about that later, but I was going to say the gaming content could probably be tier 3 and higher. Well, or it can be whatever. We'll work on that.
We'll work on that. But yeah, we're here to talk about anime. Where should we start? I know we got a lot of great questions from Twitter as always. A lot of fantastic questions. But let's start off with a quick update on the 100 Watchers Challenge.
Oh, where?
Yeah, let's do that.
Go in there. All right. So y'all already know the Watchers 100 Challenge is to watch 100 anime or read 100 manga within a year. And your boy started off with K. Watched the whole first season in a day. Wasn't hard.
Yeah, what's good? Isn't it 12 episodes or something like that?
It's 13. But bro, I actually really enjoyed this.
Okay, it's fantastic.
And I guess I shouldn't have like second guessed. Like I had no idea I was going to necessarily enjoy this or not. But I turned it on. Didn't know what to expect. I just turned it on. I'm just like, okay, what is this going to be? and I think the first character they really show you is like Makoto, the Fire King or whatever, the Red King.
Mm-hmm.
He raw. He is dope. But the whole like how things kind of play out, like I'm not gonna say like storyline was amazing or anything like that because I don't feel like it was super well developed. But there is a lot more to this series.
Yeah, I about to say that's in season 2.
There's also like a prequel as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like when they started explaining like the different groups and we saw 4 of the kings in total the entire time. I loved like how it was like the king is there and he obviously has to grant you the power through a contract, right? And they have this like the king kind of forms this like unit, and each king does different, right? Like Makoto, his unit was more like a family,
right,
friend based, right? Whereas the blue king, what's his name, Reiji, Raizi, I'm calling Reyes. Whereas Reyes was like he had a unit, like he had a military group, right?
Style,
which it goes to show how different kings operate in different manners, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to get spoilers, but the ending of that first season, I was a little salty because somebody got to take an L, but it's honestly it is a really good show. I saw who said it. It wasn't GB. Someone from Worst Gen said best animation they've ever seen. And I will say, this is something I want to talk about with Polo a little bit. I think the animation is really good, but it picked up. It wasn't like solid as fuck at the first opening. The first opening scene was like dudes walking, the Red King and his group walking, and one dude arm is like this behind his head.
Yeah.
And they all started kind of like breaking off. And it looked like almost like stick figures with clothes on moving out of the shot. And then the arm comes down and it kind of has this wonky, like super stiff movement. Like he was trying to like robot dance. And I'm just like, oh, I don't like that at all. And it did give me a very bad first impression of the show. I almost turned it off. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to watch this. I can't start my Watchers 100 anime challenge off like this.
You got to think about it like a consider it like a what do they call that? They call that something. I can't think of the word right now for some reason. Just consider it like the prologue to a show that's getting off the ground essentially. But that changes quickly, right? Like the animation is well, it's not really, animation is great too, but the art style is also, oh my God, it's so great. Like the color direction they choose. That stuff I love 100%. And after that first opening scene, like the motion seemed way less like static. It seemed lively. Like they weren't just like the hair was moving again. Yeah.
It didn't seem, like I said, like static. And I was like, I don't know what happened in that first like 10-second opening scene, but everything else was good. Like the coloring, the highlights. I love the highlights. It reminds me a lot of what show was that? Like even like, oh goodness, what shows that we was talking about with great eyes? It might have been like Akudama Drive, but like when they do highlights that like the colors that are supposed to stand out, they do a really good job at making specific things stand out very well, but without making it seem like it's not supposed to be a part of the scene. And I liked it. It was really good. And I enjoyed a lot of the characters, except for I think I just didn't enjoy the one character we weren't supposed to enjoy, which was the colorless king. Yeah. Everyone else was low key. Like I liked them.
Fire, right?
Yeah. And I loved how it unfolded that the Silver King was really, kind of who he was the entire time.
Bullshit. Yep.
I'm excited for season 2. I watched the first episode of season 2.
Awesome. Yeah. Dope.
What about you, brother? What you watching? I know you're not really taking part in the challenge, but you're going to watch 100 anime anyway.
Yeah, yeah. What, that's all you got for 100 anime?
That's the first thing. You know, I got one more, but I want to
Go ahead.
All
This is the update section of the pod, strictly for the watchers.
All right.
Talk to me.
So also, I watched one of Polo's big time hits.
Yes,
Kaguya-sama Love is War. I'm not completely finished with it. I'm 3 episodes in. Let's talk about how wholesome this show is, bro.
So good. It's so good.
Yo,
I like my wholesome shit.
it is just like it's exactly what you expect. Like it's cute. Yeah. It's cute as fuck. Yep. And these characters are hilarious. Like it's a great comedy series if you just look at comedy. In terms of like love and romance, I mean they're kids and they're playing like kid games in terms of like romance, but it's like they're playing like chess in romance and kids games. It's kind of hilarious.
Had me laughing out loud when I read the manga, because I read the manga of the first season and I was enthralled.
I remember when you were reading it, you were like, yo.
Captivated, bro. It was so good.
Shit was amazing. But Kaguya, I love her innocence.
Yes.
Because like I got to the part where they were like, she was talking about everyone's had their first kiss, you know, whatever. Everyone's had that. And they were like, well, when you say first time, what comes to mind? And she said, obviously, it's a kiss. I had my first kiss with my neighbor or whatever, blah, blah, blah.
And everybody was freaking out.
They just like, that's not what we're talking about. And when she come over and tell her, this is what we mean when we say the first time, she was like, hold up, bro. Like, I was dying. The show is funny. And I wish that I had watched this when we talked about, what did we talk about last week? We were talking about what was probably the funniest anime we watched. That would have probably been on the list already. Like, I laughed in every episode.
It was great.
Several times. So just as someone who's already watched season 1 and possibly season 2, you watched season 2 already?
I didn't watch season 2 yet.
As someone who's already watched season 1 of Love is War, what should I do in preparation? Should I just chill and just laugh my ass off, or what? Yeah. Just beautiful too.
Hey, I was about to say, just be ready for a good time, and the aesthetic of it is so fucking visually pleasing. Like it doesn't disappoint. It's so comfortable to watch. Like as far as like to look at, you know. And this, I'm gonna talk about this a little bit later, but it is so comfortable to just look at that. Like you're gonna just enjoy just having it on, even if it's, you know, in the background. Do they have a dub to season 1?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
I know season 2 is dubbed.
The voice actors don't bother me in subs. I've been watching a lot of dub lately because obviously it's just easier to turn on. Like
especially when you gotta watch a lot of stuff.
Yeah. In K I watched in dub. But I think I would prefer to watch this in sub because it's so funny, like paying attention to. And if I watch it in dub, I might not pay 100% attention. Yeah, from the trailers I saw of season 2, though, the dub voice actors are really, really good at performing those comedy beats. I'm gonna watch season 2 dub just to see if I like it. But I think I read up into the middle of season 2 on accident because I wanted to read all of season 1. And then I kept going on accident and ended up reading half of season 2 too. So I gotta like forget that in my mind so I can go to watch it. And that's why I haven't watched season 2 when it actually came out, because I want to watch it. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. So far you got 2 on the plate, knocked out, right? Well, 1 knocked out. It'll be knocked out basically tomorrow because I'm binging. So like I'm trying to finish anything that's like 12 or 13 episodes. I'm going to try and knock those out of the way. And I got a couple of movies to watch because those are points too. That count. Watch Silent Voice. I'm going to do that. And I also have a Studio Ghibli one on my list. That you haven't seen? Yeah, it's a newer one. I think it came out like 2013. It's called... Interesting. Where is it at? Is it? It's not Akira because I'm going to watch that too. Damn, I gotta find a name for it. But it's a newer Studio Ghibli one. I think it's on HBO Max. Interesting. Okay. I had to find that damn Studio Ghibli movie. But yeah, that's what I've got on my plate right now for the Watchers.
Dope. And that'll do for the update on the Watchers. That's incredible. I'm looking forward to see everything that you watch. I hope Initial D is on there too.
Oh my god! Here, let me add it to the list. I'm gonna start that next.
Is
Initial D a long series? Or?
It kind of is long. It's like 3 or 4 seasons.
I mean, like how long are the seasons? Though?
Like 24.
Okay,
if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Let's see. Initial D first stage.
I love seeing all these people that haven't watched, like, that don't watch sports or don't watch just different styles of anime hop into stuff that they would never even would have thought of watching. That's what's so great about it. I love it.
Yeah.
All right.
That was the goal, though, you know.
Yeah.
Watch something that you're not used to.
Yeah.
I've been getting more used to Slice of Life because of you. And because
even before
of
this
podcast.
Yeah.
And I think that it's growing on me more and more.
Dope.
And I don't mind it at all.
I love it.
And you seem to be getting a little bit more into the meathead stuff. I'm just
not really. It hasn't even been much I've watched, to be honest. Other than Yu. But yeah, it's fun seeing it on the timeline for sure. But all right. So to go back to what I've been doing, like I said, I've been rewatching Log Horizon in preparation for season 3. Like I said last week, I finished season 1 in about a day and a half. I finished season 2. It took me 2 days to finish season 2 because season 2 of Log Horizon isn't my favorite, but it definitely does the typical fall off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still does a great job of developing the characters and just having these characters that you just love. But the story wasn't so much that special. It was kind of all over the place, to be frank. But the moralities of this world, the details that they still go into are still very, very, very important. So season 2, they're 6 months into this world now, and they established a nice little community and how things work, right? You have, I'm going to just bring up one scenario. Think about a scenario where you're into this game. Okay. You, Montel, you're in this game. You are playing the game, but then you realize, damn, like I've been here for 3 months, been doing essentially the same thing for 3 months. I miss Monique. I miss Apollo. You know, I miss my kids. Like,
yeah.
Where does your mind go in that situation? Because you don't know how you can get back to them. You didn't ask to be stuck in this world. How do you handle it?
I mean, I would assume that if I think it's a video game, that I can exit by, passing away or something like that. But I would also assume that that's probably not a smart move to make. Now,
I'm glad you mentioned that. You think if you die, you can escape this, right? Obviously, they know they can't. So think about it like this. The only time you can see your old memories is if you die. So there's a group of people out there, like a group of our people are traveling, to different parts of the game, essentially. And they meet these group of people. Huh? What?
What you just said, you can see your old memories if you die. So they don't even have memories of...
No, they do. They do have memories, but the consequences of dying in this world is that you lose a piece of those memories. But you obviously see those memories play out first, and then you have to lose a piece of it in order to come back. So exactly. So now they're traveling and they meet a group of people who essentially are ready to get the fuck out of here. They feel like they were kidnapped. They feel like they didn't want to be stuck here. They want to just play the game. So now what they do is they essentially die on purpose just so they can see those memories flash again, just so they can see their mothers or just so they can see their fiance.
Do you get to choose? You get to choose what memories you want to see?
You do.
Because I will choose the memories that told me how the fuck to get out that place.
No, there's none. You know what I'm saying?
I know. And then you come back and you forgot what they just told you.
So essentially it's a crazy dilemma. because you don't ever think about this in the world of isekai, period. Like nobody ever goes this far into the thought of the isekai. Like NPCs, like the NPC world changes completely because these adventurers are now there. Now the NPCs are also sentient and they have morals and rules and laws and statuses that they're concerned with. It's so much like going around in this particular world, in this video game, that's so different than any other isekai, and that's why it's so special to me. And that's why I can't wait to see Log Horizon: Destruction of the Round Table, because that title implies something extremely important that I'm highly concerned about. And then the fact it's only 12 episodes too is a little sad, but I'm ready all the same.
Sometimes short and sweet is good though.
Yeah, but with the way they establish stuff in this one, it's kind of hard. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard.
Yeah, it's 25 episodes for the first season, so
yep.
You would think
and
that,
second season
they would have maintained that, but maybe they'll. It's a good like kind of wrap up for where they're trying to head to.
That's true. And to be honest, season 2 is kind of bloated unnecessarily. But I love the characters in the world, so I was okay with it. Even though a few times I rolled my eyes and sucked my teeth, you know, like, all right, here we go, you know, kind of shit. But it's fine. I still enjoy it quite a bit. Another thing that I've watched is I finally picked up Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon 3?
Hey.
I wanted it to finish. It's done, but I wanted to finish the dub because I fucking love that dub. I turned on the dub while Tel was catching up in solo leveling, and dog, the show is so fucking good. Still,
it's crazy.
It's
how many
so
episodes in are you? Because since you picking it back up, I want to watch it with you.
It's I'm on 4 right now.
Okay, then perfect. Because I think I'm like maybe 1 or 2 episodes ahead of you.
Okay, yeah. Because it's with 12 this season, right? Okay, so it's 12, and then the dubs are almost done. They're on 8, so I might just hold off until it's done completely before I continue. To be honest,
because you don't want to watch it week to week.
Yeah, I don't want to go week to week, and that's been my goal the entire time from the moment we knew that was coming, was to not watch it week to week. Yeah, and I'm invested in the dub. So yeah, man, what a good one. What a good situation they're in too, right? Like not a good situation. It's another tough one to think about. Like just imagine monsters becoming sentient and then essentially trying to coexist with the adventurers, right? Like it's an interesting situation.
So that is one of the things I thought was dope, but I actually don't think it's like, I like to think of it as it's a really good correlation to like how the world is in general. They think that obviously the monster is one thing, but it's really not. And that the fact that evolution in this world clearly affects, like the evolution has affected the world, and that things are changing and they don't necessarily know exactly what the reason the change is for. And I mean, I would imagine no one's ever made it all the way through all the dungeons in Danmachi.
Right.
So, you know, there's a ton of stuff that they don't know, we don't know. And you would think that the gods might know, but there's probably only a couple who are like, oh yeah, we planned this anyway.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
So, yeah.
It's very interesting. And then I watched the intro and I'm like, see, this is why I hate watching intros, because I feel like they spoil so much.
Yeah. I actually skipped the intro for that. You
should. It's a very good idea too, because they just show a lot. That's just like, what? Why? What is going on here? But yeah, it's dope. I'm gonna continue to watch that when that's probably completely finished. But other than that, that's all I got for that particular stuff. You want to go ahead and swing into some of these questions?
Let's do it. Sure.
Let's go. A lot of great questions again this week. Shout out to y'all on Twitter.
Put them up on my phone too, so I can.
I want to
start a couple.
Yeah, but I want to start off on with something. I had to ask this. Okay, this is for me personally. Actually, for us personally, because we both enjoy the show. Well, as relative as you can enjoy one show of this caliber. I asked Crystal because she did a thread finally starting Clannad, and I asked her, "We need your thoughts," because she finished season 1, including the OVAs as well. So, she says, "I'm almost done with the extra chapter, but overall, this is one of the most emotional shows I've seen, and I know it's only going to get more emotional in after story. I love how almost each character had their own personal things that they had to overcome." She said, "Blondie is definitely my least favorite character. Katomi's story was the one that made me cry the hardest, though Fuko, poor Fuko. Yeah, Fuko. I don't know who is my favorite yet. And it took Nagisa and Okizaki long enough to admit their feelings. I was getting very impatient." And then she also adds that in the Fuko situation gave her strong rascal, does not dream of a bunny girl, senpai vibes, specifically. Yeah, and it's, yeah, and she went through the similar situation with that as the main girl in that show in regards to people forgetting and not being able to see them once they forgot. And yeah, like I said to her, I'm like, I think that show was influenced by Clannad because it's almost to the T what it is. Clannad came out a long time, like 2008 or something like that. So, and then Rascal came out 2 or 3 years ago. I don't feel like looking it up, but I know it was more recent. But yeah, it was. That's another great one that I think you should watch if you haven't seen it already.
Rascals?
It's called it's one of those really long titles, but
add it to the list right now.
It's great. It's a great show. She said the most emotional show she's ever watched. Welcome to the club. And she ain't seen nothing yet.
Hey, that's what I like to hear.
Because she just finished season 1. And you know, after stories when everything yeah. My joy in seeing her watch this. This got me ready to finish my video that I had prepped. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all what the video is. Screw it. I have a video that that I have almost scripted out to where it's about me talking about why I love Clannad so much and why I changed the way I watch anime. The video is scripted, about a page done, but I'm still not even close to done with it. But that's a part of our our solo series where we just do a video talking about, you know, shows in specific detail and how we feel about them.
Here's the thing, though.
What's up?
I did not expect Clannad to be like that.
Yeah.
And it was.
Yeah. It was so good.
And I'm so excited to see what you got to say. True.
I'm excited to share it. Well, it's interesting because it turned me into being able to just turn on anything. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and I'll talk about that in the video, but yeah, I can't wait till y'all hear the video or see the video, I should say. Of course, it goes out exclusively to the Patreon supporters first, and then everybody else later. But yeah, let's get into some of these questions. Quite a few of them. Yet again, great ones too. Real good ones. Our Twitter popped off. Let's see here. Hey, 9-2 says, what underrated anime have y'all seen that most people are not hip to? I just found Silver Spoon and I'm loving it, even though it came out in 2013.
So, one of my underrated anime would have to be Shuriva Night.
Mm-hmm.
And the Unbreakable Machine Doll. I think they're better than like some of the series that you would look at normally. Like Unbreakable Machine Doll is in that same vein of like, you know, the magic powered school kids. But I'd rather watch that 10 times than watch Black Clover.
True. Facts. For me, I'll have to say, I'm gonna always say Clannad. But that's a real popular one though. Let's go. Oh shit, this is tough, man. I've watched so many that I don't think people are hip to. And this is the thing. I really just started paying attention to what people pay attention to since we started this podcast. So it's really hard for me to say what people don't pay attention to. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
I never really gave a fuck. But I don't see people talking about let me get the name right. Oh, that's the rug.
Maybe something I can add to my list.
Oh, true. Let's see here. Sorry, I got a long list here. And I always mention this one, but I'm going to mention it again. Classroom of the Elite. Like, I never see anybody talking about that one. That one deserves a season 2. Grimgar, Fantasy, and Ash, of course, is one that we are both going to agree with there. I even like Infinite, what is it called? Infinite Stratos, which is one like that's Chivalry of a Phil Knight type high school battle anime. It's pretty good.
Stratos, I'm gonna add that to the list.
Yeah, Infinite Stratos. Let's see here. Dude, I got so many. Holy shit. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that for now. Yeah, for sure. Quite a few. That was a great question, though.
Excited to check out a couple of those.
All right. So Scuba Steve says, after Solo Leveling, are you guys going to keep the manga read along going? If so, are y'all taking suggestions? A friend of mine's got me into Tomodachi. Oh, the Tomodachi game. And I know the way y'all binge, I can be reading along with y'all. So let's see here. That's a great question. Since we're all caught up on Solo Leveling, are we going to continue the manga read along? I would say probably we'll probably put it on the back seat for now, right? Because there's a lot of anime.
Yeah, and it really depends on the series, right? Like
True.
if we both don't equally enjoy a series, it's probably not gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I can tell Polo to read Twin Star Exorcist and he'll fall in love with like all the like romance shit in it, but also he'll like the action shit.
Mm-hmm.
But if he got 100, not even 100, he got like 70 chapters to catch up on, nigga, all along.
True. True.
Probably don't want to do all that for that. Whereas Solo Leveling, chapters ain't quite long.
No.
And, you know, it's all heat.
It's so much fire. We're going to talk about that later. But I think we're going to like maybe put this in on the back after since Solo Leveling is all caught up. Only because this season's anime that's coming out, the winter 2021, there's so much coming out. And I, to be honest, I can't wait to wrap. Yeah, I can't wait to wrap up Yu so we can like just have our plate clean and just watch. Yeah, and just watch a bunch of the seasonal stuff, which I think we're doing. You know, we're making great time on that. So I'm looking forward to it. If we do though, Tomodachi Gamers, we're gonna keep that in mind. Maybe take a look at it. Black Heroes 5 says the current what's the current rate? You know what? I'm gonna save that question. We're gonna save that question because that question is a great segue. We got we got Ubi Man. Yeah, Ubi Man. He says, what's y'all thoughts on the anime series Peter Grill? Do y'all think it deserves a season 2? So the short anime series that's super ecchi, a super ecchi harem anime. I think it's like 13 minutes an episode. I didn't watch it. I watched one episode, and I didn't finish it, which is shocking because it's kind of my shit, like kind of my thing. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it was.
I ain't never seen it before.
Yeah, it's something.
It's
It's
Peter Grill.
Yeah, it's essentially you haven't seen the episode of this?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so this is about a guy who wins a
It's a
championship.
2020 anime.
Yeah, it's a guy who wins this championship, and he has to essentially he has now the he has
I'm
now
adding to the list.
he's considered to be the champion, which means that all these different race monsters wants to have his babies, essentially.
I think you talked about this.
Yeah. But he only wants to marry one woman, and she's like a princess or something like that. Yeah. No, ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
She the one with the elf ears?
No. She's the one with the black hair.
Nope, she ain't in the picture. So,
She's
the one with the regular coat on.
Yeah.
And look like she got the extra size, extra large size chest.
They all do. Henny Hen says, did y'all watch God Eater? If so, what did y'all think? I'm gonna pass that to Tell because I did not watch God Eater.
All right, so I watched God Eater. I enjoyed it a lot. I have not played any of the video games. The animation I think God Eater was animated by like Square Enix or something, or was it by Ufotable?
I think it was Ufotable, wasn't it? Maybe.
No, A1 Pictures.
Oh, A1. True. Close enough.
But it looks really good. It does kind of have that vein of like that CGI/3D, but without going overboard, like how some series go. But it also looks very video game-ish without going too far. And it's also another series that has that really superb like lighting. Like when something is dark, it uses high dynamic range accurately and well. It's, I guess the technical term is what I would say.
Yeah.
So the colors dark, super dark, bright, super bright. It looks good. The story though, I don't think it's a great story. I definitely would love to watch more of it and think that there should be more, but that's just mostly because there should be more story to it.
Yeah, and it's real strange that it's not, because it's based off the game. And if you ask Malik is a buddy of ours, and he knows that shit inside and out. He plays every God Eater game that ever came out. I feel like we answered this before, but we're gonna answer it again because it's Panda and she's great. Your favorite anime opening? Tony Kawa. Over the moon for you.
Mrs. Green Apple, Parasite the Maxim.
That's your favorite. Which one is your favorite? Number one.
I hate you.
Mm-hmm.
Inferno.
Yeah.
Mrs. Green Apple.
Okay. Your favorite anime ending? Mine is obviously that Inuyasha, even though I hate the show.
First of all, I hate you so much because now it's gonna be stuck in my head.
I love that shit.
I hate you so much. I kind of gotta agree with that, but ID Invaded. I really liked the sound,
yes, bro.
So I'm gonna go with ID Invaded.
Yeah, ID Invaded wins. Yeah. I'm with you.
Because it was just dope.
It was real good. Real good. It's the only outro I listened to all the way through. Tony Kawa was the only intro I listened to all the way through all the time. An anime that you would sacrifice to have another season. Wait. An anime you would sacrifice to have another season of an anime that only has one season or is incomplete.
Oh, easily. Shit. What can't I sacrifice? I sacrifice Black Clover.
Black Clover's gone. Gone.
I sacrifice Boruto.
Oh yeah, that one hurts though. You know,
I'm just playing. I like Boruto more. I like Black Clover. I sacrifice Fairy Tail, whole ass Fairy Tail.
God, get it out of here.
I'm sorry, Merc. I know you like Fairy Tail, but no, get it out of here.
Yeah. Whole trash.
I would sacrifice Demon Lord Retry.
Easy.
Bro. I sacrifice
all
shit.
Right. Let's make this harder. Sacrifice something you love to get another season of something you love more.
Oh.
Yeah.
Something I love.
Mm-hmm. to get another season of something you love more?
I would sacrifice Twin Star Exorcist
Whoa.
anime.
I hate you. That's cheating. That's cheating.
I would all right. I would sacrifice. Oh, and I really like that series too. Or at least that. I would sacrifice probably something like wow, bro.
Tough, right?
I kind of hate you. You're lying April for another season of Shariva Felt Night.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
But Your Lie in April was really good to me.
Yeah. And
I kind of feel bad for saying that. Can I say Ancient Magus Bride? No, I really like that too. I want another season of that too.
Yeah.
I'd rather. Go ahead.
I'm going to sacrifice.
Goodness. That's harsh.
Yeah, it's very harsh for something we love.
You better make it
we
good.
Love more. I don't necessarily love this more. Fuck, this is too hard. I'll sacrifice.
You made it harder.
I know I did. I'll sacrifice Sword Art to get Grimgar.
I mean, shit, actually, that's a good idea. I sacrificed Sword Art for the same exact amount of Grimgar.
Yes.
Fuck you talking about?
Yes.
I ain't even mad at that at all.
But that hurts me still. But
the only part of that hurt is for real is like the first season and the last couple of seasons.
True.
Other than that, I'll low key fuck that. Shit, hold up. Let me go on here and like that. Yep.
Oh shit.
That's a good choice right there, Polo.
Thank you. We need Grimgar to be done.
Get our ass up out of here and get it some fucking love. Get Grimgar some love. That's my public announcement.
This shit is underrated, bro.
Get Grimgar some fucking love. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? How y'all not in love with that show?
Let's go back to 9-2 question. It's Grimgar. The answer is Grimgar that needs more love.
100%.
Top 3 anime waifus.
Kurosawa. Fucking
she's from Steins Gate.
Yeah. Fucking what's her name from Astro Lost in Space? Black girl.
Oh.
So those two.
Yeah.
And then Hibana.
Yep. Yeah, I was just gonna say that. So for me, Miku from Quintessential Quintuplets, Rem from ReZero, and Hibana from Fire Force.
Rem.
Yeah.
Fucking Rem.
Yeah. A moment in anime that's fire, but that's underrated and doesn't receive enough praise. A moment in anime that's fire, but it's underrated and doesn't receive enough praise.
I got
much praise. What's up?
Hold on. Go ahead. Give yours first because I got to look up something real quick. But do yours.
Shinra versus the not the lieutenant when he saved Tamaki in that church. That fight, I think that pull up deserves more praise.
Hard, bro.
Yep. Came down from the sky looking like the devil. Crushed his face in the ground. She was incredible.
Crushed his soul.
And even the fight between Shinra and Sho, that shit don't get enough praise. She was fantastic.
I got 2 of them.
What's up?
All right. First one is when my boy Ikikuragane was like, hold up, Raikiri. I ain't got no power left. So let me go ahead and use everything I got to beat everything you got. And that it was not even a long scene, bro. It was like a 10-second scene where he pulled up after being tortured, basically, and left out. And he pulled up and said, let me put you down. And he did exactly that. And the animation in it was beautiful.
True.
The emotion in it was beautiful. And then he proposed to his girl. And I was like,
yeah, cherry on top.
Beautiful. But the other one is from a series that I'm pretty sure no one really cares about but me, Gundam Build Tri-Fighters. There's a fight in this series where Seke Kamiki fights a disciple from his old school, and he's kind of like getting his ass whooped, and he taps into the like, and I guess this is like the power of friendship kind of shit, but he taps into like the effort and love he put into building his Gundam or his Gunpla, and it's not like he actually won because of that, right? Because the other person, he wasn't necessarily a better fighter, but he was definitely a better builder. So he actually was able to like pull through because he was an actual better fighter, skills better, and tapped into secret techniques that he learned because he actually continued with that same school. And it was like the animation was beautiful. It went from like, this is a super highlighted bright fight to like, this is a darkness fight where you got to kind of tap into the inner darkness and shit. No one's seen it. I might actually throw it in a clip because it was beautiful and fucking fire and sparks everywhere.
Dope.
But yeah, that's my second one.
Dope. All right. And with that, does that wrap up the questions? Oh, yeah. Let's actually save the UU and Solo for the second half of the show.
Let's do it.
So right now we're gonna get to know Mike Check Waifu. This part of the show is where we roll a random number generator. One of us rolls a random number generator and read the question associated with that number via a question doc. So I'm going to roll right now. How many questions is it?
95.
Generate 71.
Boom. 71. List 2 pet peeves in your daily life. 2 of them.
2. I can't. I guess I really. This is weird to say, but I can't stand when obviously when people smack, when they chew with their mouth open. That shit pisses me off. I can't stand it. It irritates me. Yeah, exactly. And then I just hate when people lie about dumb shit. That's a big pet peeve, especially being in AP. I can't stand it.
Yeah. All right. Mine would be, my first one would be, I hate, like I said this before, and I know Scuba Steve tweeted me about this. I hate hearing people walk. Like, I don't want to hear your feet drag. I don't want to hear you stomping. I just don't want to hear it. I know it's stupid, but like, I walk like a ninja. I run like a ninja. You will never hear me moving when it comes to my feet. You might hear my arms in the wind or something like that, but you will never hear my feet on the ground.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just prefer that lifestyle. I should be in Naruto. Second thing is I hate when people expect my preparedness as like a default thing, right? Like, they expect me to always be prepared when like they should just expect me to be regular. And what I mean by that is like, for instance, I go into work, they expect me to be there 15 minutes early, already know every problem that could possibly happen. Doesn't make any sense to me why that would even be a thing, that like I can just, like, I'm not the boss. I just walk in and I don't want to do extra boss shit and not get paid for boss shit. But in the meantime, our boy Polo had to take, a step aside. So I'm gonna Millie Rock for y'all. Oh, y'all can't actually hear me Millie Rock, so I just gotta send Millie Rock. Or I'm gonna pop block. Look at that wave. Go around the arm, hit the tuck move. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Boom, boom, boom. And then I'm gonna do the waves like this. And then bring them back down. Also, let's just gush about Twin Star Exorcist. Twin Star Exorcist is my favorite manga series of all time. It follows Rokuro and Benyo, who end up being what are called the Twin Star Exorcists, and essentially they have to get married as their obligation. The obligation is to get married, and they end up trying to save the world from, impurities and evil. So yeah, check it out. My favorite manga series ever.
Oh, okay. No cap. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna just share it. I had to go use the bathroom, so I had to make a run for it.
I said like Polo had to step away, so I started talking about I was doing the Millie Rock on camera. I also I had to talk during the Millie Rock because I realized that people can't hear me Millie Rock. Started pop blocking.
Oh, that's so great.
And then what else did I do? I started talking about Twin Star Exorcist. So yeah, that's where we at.
I'm keeping all that in. We're gonna take this quick break. Before we go into break, I want y'all to know that we are playing a song from a friend of ours called from Auracane. Follow him on Twitter at Auracane. His information will be in the show notes. He just dropped a new EP. Obviously, we want to support him every time they drop something new because this shit is fire. So we're gonna rock with that this break. And when we come back, we're going to talk solo leveling and Yu Yu Hakusho. So stick around and we'll see y'all soon. And welcome back to Mic Check Waifu, brought to you by Don'tTalkShop.com and Loot Complex. It's also brought to you by Explicitly. Go to explicitly.com. If you need some art, graphics of any sort, our guy got you. He's dope. He's dope. And we back. Bro.
What are we starting with?
Solo leveling, man.
That shit is too good.
Way too good.
First of all, the fact that we caught up is an issue.
Man, preach, bro.
Now,
the fact we caught up is an issue. That's funny.
Yeah, they need to be doing like 3 chapters a week or something like
that.
Man,
or something, man. There's no way I can wait for this. I'm gonna try to let it build up again and then come back to it.
Yeah, we can do solo leveling once a month.
True. We could
let it build up so we don't do a chapter all the time. So let's say next time we come back to this, it'll be like the beginning of February.
True, February, whatever that day is. Yeah, I'm down for that because I can't do this. I can't do this shit. Where it left off is so tantalizing, bro. I need to see our guild. Full spoilers if you're not caught up on solo leveling. We wish you all, please do.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth every panel,
every second.
All right, so I don't even remember where we stopped. 110 is where we stopped.
Yeah, where we stopped before, which was the end of the Jeju Island.
Yeah. And the Korean names kill me, bro.
Yeah, they
kill me every time. Like I can't. But Yeah, that island raid was crazy. It was fucking insane.
What I was more interested in though is in these last few chapters was Cheha and how she couldn't just keep her shit together and be like, "Look, bruh, I want to be around you."
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yep.
But let's be real though. He is raw. Jinwoo is ridiculous. What he did on that island raid, you know, helping the people we helped.
Yep.
Shehai, and the others, and essentially being able to capture the king of Ants, who is goated, bro. Yo, he is ridiculous, bro.
He took out what? How many S's he took out? 5 for the Japan group. Man,
yeah, I thought it was 5 or 7 because I thought they said the Japan guild had 11 S ranks.
Oh, true. You're right.
There's only 4 left.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and the repercussions from that too is crazy. What it did to Japan in general. So shit is getting real in this world. We saw some shit that's scary.
Yeah.
And where do you even start? Like,
it's getting scarier because like currently what just happened in Japan, another gate just opened up with giants walking out.
Yeah, not another gate, but multiple giant gates that are unclassified in the world of solo leveling right now. Mm-hmm. It's like crazy.
And this dude thought, what's his name? Ilvo or whatever, Ovly. I don't know his name. I hated him as soon as I saw him.
The Russian dude.
You can tell he was money hungry.
Yep.
He goes in and says, "My barrier power can close any gate or make sure nothing gets out of any gate." They bring him 200,000 tons of magic crystals, and it didn't do shit. They walked through that shit. Was like,
"Yep,
I'm a giant, bro."
And ate his ass.
Do you understand what a giant means? A giant means I'm big and
you small.
Regular shit don't work.
Yeah. Crazy.
If I'm big, I need you to be big too, or else you're getting handled, bro.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy, man. It's crazy. Luckily though, our boys coming to the rescue of Japan.
Yeah.
But before that happened, we got to go back into that double dungeon again.
Oh my God.
And into that fucking area where he obtained the player abilities essentially.
Yes.
And boy, that was the most satisfying shit I've ever seen. Just watching him fucking destroy these statues. Bruh. Had me going like
it wasn't easy for him though. Like the regular statues, it was easy. Yes.
Yeah.
But the king statue, nah, bruh.
The system
we found out. Yeah, the creator of the system was that statue. He had that interaction with, and we know that statue isn't its real body. So I assume that the real creature is stronger,
100%
than what the statue is. And like Jinwoo assumed, that there are other creatures even stronger than that. Like
right.
And he's not the only monarch, right? Like Jinwoo has the Shadow Monarch's power, but there's more monarchs.
Right.
So now we know that there are quite a few others who are at least as strong as Jinwoo. And they might not have the same powers like other players.
Yeah.
Like unless his dad has one of the monarch's powers.
Which I'm thinking, yeah. I'm kind of thinking that with how they showed him, you know? Yeah. Like he knows a lot.
And he also handled S ranks. It's like, yeah, bro, let me go ahead and end this real quick.
Yeah. I still think Jinwoo is a special case. I mean, obviously he's a special case because of what he did to the system. And the system creator. Like,
yeah, he overrode the system.
Yeah. And that just the repercussions of whatever the fuck that's gonna do to not only him but the system in general. Like, is he still going to get these keys to go to different dungeons to become even stronger, or is he?
Yeah. Does he still get quest?
Yeah, exactly.
stuff
right.
like that.
He still had to do his dailies, like just so much shit that I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, man, what can he accomplish now? Especially since he has over 100,000 mana.
Bruh. He can literally just have his army nonstop and just like
they can't die.
It don't matter.
Yeah, they can't die. It's crazy. All I know is Solo Leveling has been my favorite read. I pre-ordered the paperback. It comes out February 23rd of Volume 1. So I'm excited for that. Yeah. Volume 1 is like the perfect 25 episode season.
So here's the thing though.
Or 24.
Is that if they do put this in
a
series, right? It would kind of, I think they could do it in 25 episodes, but I would feel like there's still stuff left out.
Really? Because 110 chapters is supposed to be, okay.
Maybe not.
Here you go. Solo Leveling's webtoon manhwa is slated to receive an anime adaptation that will be released in fall 2021.
Well, we gonna see then.
That's what it says here, but that's just Google. I hope it's 25.
I hope it's done right.
Man.
Because it's entirely too good for them to sleep on this and not do it right.
I'm worried it's gonna get thrown in Mappa.
I mean, that's okay if they do it right.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm worried that they won't.
A team. Nah, they need they SSS team.
It's true.
They S rank hunter team.
Yeah, put that Jujutsu Kaisen team on this.
Bruh.
Because they seem to be consistent with sticking to the art. You know what I mean? And the art and Solo, it's so easy to do. Everything's in color already for you. You know, the way stuff looks is the way it should look in the show. All you got to do is just keep it like that. Yep, make it move. And then give it that whoever directs Jujutsu Kaisen, give it that the way it follows, like the camera follows objects. And
can't wait for that to come back.
I know, bro. Listen, so sad we didn't have it this week. That and Attack on Titan. It hurts. But
why did they take a break, by the way?
Holiday.
I mean, they deserve it.
Yeah, true. Every show that comes out around this time does a holiday. Well, every long form show anyway. But yeah, I'm looking forward to more Solo Leveling. Like I said, we're probably going to go to once a month for this because letting it stack up is probably the best way to go.
Yeah.
And with that, let's slide over to this question that's going to segue perfect into our Yu-Gi-Oh talk. The question comes from Black Heroes, as I said earlier. The Black Heroes podcast at Black Heroes 5. Make sure y'all follow him on Twitter. I gotta go back because again, here it is. Okay, so what's the current ranking for the chapter Black arc in Yu-Gi-Oh? Because that's where the fans are kind of split, and that segue into cue the music. Yu Yu Hakusho chapter Black. We read 14, so that means we're on 84 is where we ended from 70. And what do you think about this arc?
So I think that since we just came from the Dark tournament, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like chapter Black, and the reason I like it is because they did make Toguro up to be like this super, super powerful demon, and we realized he's actually not that powerful. And it also gave us that insight that it almost made me think of Bleach, where the previous soul detective or spirit detective kind of got a realization that maybe this isn't everything that it was made out to be.
Right.
And I like that interaction where the characters almost are seeing like a reflection of themselves with different like life choices. So to me, Chapter Black is pretty good. I don't think it's any worse than like season 2 or season 1. I would definitely say it's still better than season 1, but season 2 with the Dark Tournament and whatnot was definitely better.
Yeah.
But for story, I feel like it's not as good as like Genkai's backstory, but it's still a better story than what we had in the first season.
Yeah, I like it too. The problem with this particular arc, and that's making it so hard for me to watch, is I don't like this territory shit. Like, I know they have to add something more to limit Yusuke and to limit our team, you know, Kurama, Hiei, Kuwabara, Yusuke. Like, they have to have something in there to limit their abilities, because if it was just fighting, if they just had to throw these hands, it'd be like, it just should be a breeze. But the whole psychic territory thing, I think, is kind of cheesy. I don't like that build up. It doesn't make sense for this world, essentially, to me personally. Like, I don't understand why it's a power, why it became global. You know, like, that shit, it just didn't make any sense. But go ahead.
I was gonna say it became a thing because of the demon world opening up. And the spiritual energy leaking out, I guess, is changing the humans.
And that's why essentially is whack to me, because it was, if that's the best you got for that kind of explanation for something that drastic, and it didn't feel, I don't know, it didn't feel like that's what it should have been. It just didn't feel good. It didn't feel like it was a part of this fucking, I don't know. It didn't work for me. It still don't work for me. But other than that, like you said, though, as far as the chapter Black moralities go, they did the Bleach thing before Bleach did, obviously, because this came out first. And it's, the video just got done rendering. Sorry, y'all. But that's the best part about it, is seeing this play out with the way he thinks, and seeing Koenma's fucking disaster of a leadership for this guy in particular, and him kind of like suffering for it. It's kind of cool.
I also think Koenma makes a ton of bad decisions.
He's a fucking idiot. I hate him.
But I'm also like, you know, I'm still thinking about that moment when he told Yusuke we were gonna, or not Yusuke, he didn't tell him. They told Yusuke, was like, hey, we were gonna come get you anyway. We just didn't expect to come get you this soon.
Right.
Which is what Botan said, you know? So it's like, we know, I mean, we've seen this, so we know what Ichigo's hidden power really is, but it's like, we're getting ready to see it, and we're gonna kind of see like how things pan out again.
Yusuke.
Yeah, Yusuke. I didn't say Yusuke.
No, you say Ichigo.
Oh, yeah. We know what Yusuke's hidden power is, and we know we're gonna kind of see how things play out. And I'm kind of excited to see that again, because like,
me too.
I remember a lot of this stuff, but some of it is still like vague in my mind. I'm just like, yo, how did he really unlock that again? And
yeah.
I like seeing him also realize that just throwing hands and being stronger than everybody isn't a thing. So to me, that's probably my favorite part of this, is the fact that it's not just about hands. Some of it is about like, maybe you can figure things out differently. But the issue that I get the most with this is that, yeah, they're figuring things out differently, like with the Game Master thing. But like, let's say, for instance, Ichigo, like, I'm saying Ichigo. Yusuke, like when they did the Game Master thing, Yusuke won super easy, you know? And it was like, that didn't really feel like he learned anything from it.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I like the changes, but I would have preferred, if we gonna do it so it's not just all action with hands, make the mind games better. Kurama, GOAT. He is literally doing GOAT shit the entire time.
Yeah.
From the house when they first got introduced into this shit, to now.
True.
When he like, I'm gonna cut dude's head off and plant seeds.
Yeah.
He is a monster.
Yeah, he's definitely carrying this arc for sure. And even Hiei had a small moment that was pretty cool. But again, the only thing I don't like about this arc, I like the arc as a whole. I just don't like the territory shit. Just take all of that. You don't need it. Like, just make them humans.
Just say they have powers.
Yeah, just make it humans, and then just say they have their special cased humans or special. Just they went even at the beginning of this arc. They started talking about how demons have different tiers. Just make those demons like Hiei and Kurama with different tiers, and they have these abilities to do this shit. But again, they wanted to bring the whole human aspect into this, which they still could have done, to me personally.
I was gonna say one of the things that they could have done too was like what you said, right? Like the humans didn't have to have territories. They could have been like they always had powers,
right?
But they were amplified when the gates,
that too,
or when the demon realm is starting to open up more. Because then it's like, okay, they already had powers, they just weren't as strong, and it makes sense that if an overwhelming power is flowing through, that psychic people would gain some kind of, ability or
exactly
become stronger.
Like the people like Yusuke, the people like Kuwabara that are special. They could have just made it. They could have just used that as the case instead of, I don't know. Yeah, territories is just, I don't know. It's a corny, cheapo way to get out of stopping Yusuke from having to throw hands because he's a fucking monster now.
He is. He body everything, bro.
What's cool though is hearing the voice of Goku play some fodder character.
Oh, where?
Yeah, the voice of Goku was playing that dude that can read minds.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah. Piccolo was in this joint too. He was a doctor in that hospital.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was quite a few Dragon Ball Z characters in this particular arc. It's pretty funny. But other than that, man, I like it. I'm still trucking through it. I need to start like doing a few episodes a day though, because you remember when I was talking about visually pleasing, how Love is War is visually pleasing. Yu Hakusho is not visually pleasing.
And it's old.
Yeah, and because it's old, right? Like it sometimes gets on my nerves to look at.
Yeah, like when they were in that the dark tournament, and Hiei was running up on dude, and his face is doing the weird Black Clover distortion thing. Yeah,
it does, and it does that a lot in this show.
Black Clover can't keep the animation together. How is Black Clover being compared to a 1992 anime?
True, it happens a lot in Yu. Like people's heads are 20 times bigger than their body at some point. It's weird. It's just weird. And I'm like, okay, I'm having enough of looking at this. And then I went from this to Log Horizon. And Log Horizon isn't even the best looking show, but it looked just so much cleaner just because it's new, And it felt like I was like, I took some mouthwash and I just spit it out. And I was like, oh, I'm good now.
It's refreshed.
I feel refreshed.
It sting a little bit, but it's clean.
True. So yeah, good though. Overall good. We about to wait. Isn't that the end of season 3?
That is the end of season 3. We're jumping, I think, into what, season 4?
Season 4, episode 85 to what? To 94. Let me make sure I get that right.
Yeah, that's just because it was 84, so it's 85. Where's my Hulu at? There it is. Should be 98.
Okay, that'd be 14 episodes.
Let's make sure. Oops, I think that's 98. So if we go to,
I think you might be right.
Season 4. Yeah.
Damn, last season.
Yeah. Yeah, 98, and then we go to 112, and that'll be the whole thing.
Oof. All right, almost done. You wanna Want to wrap?
Recap?
Yeah.
All right. We just finished talking about Yu Yu Hakusho. We are on the final season of our Yu Yu Hakusho watch through. Let us know where y'all at with us. And y'all ready for this final Yu Yu talk coming up in a couple of weeks. Also, we just talked about Solo Leveling. Yeah, it's a banger. I'm so salty that we gotta let this go for about a month and come back with a couple of extra chapters. We also had Get to Know Mic Check Waifu with your 2 pet peeves. We did that during the break, or before the break with Auracane. Y'all know Auracane had to come through with a heater as always.
True.
Also, we had a dance break hosted by your boy King Teliano while Polo had to take his bow break.
Yeah, take that Wiz Khalifa, bro.
Hey, we also had some great Twitter questions. Keep sending us the greatness y'all do.
Facts.
You know, we appreciate that. It keeps us going. We also talked about Polo's love for Clannad and his video coming soon on Patreon.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
The excitement. He also started Don Maki season 3, or is it okay to pick up girls in a dungeon? I'm about to pick it back up again too.
It's so good.
I was waiting for Polo. I was waiting for him.
We need to.
He also is watching Log Horizon. Polo is on his Isekai trip.
I know, what the fuck?
Going hard on these Isekai, ain't it?
Damn.
So during my Watchers 100 challenge, I finished K, but I also started Love is War, or Kaguya-sama Love is War. I'm gonna finish that very soon.
Excited.
Let us know what your 100 anime for the year is looking like, or what you started the year off with. And that's episode 82.
You can follow my social media at Polo Bornfly.
And you can follow my social media at King Teliano.
You can follow our social medias at Mic Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mic Check Waifu on Instagram. And as always, Mic Check.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu Waifu.